Hello, and welcome everyone. This is Dave Roth. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at AvaSure, and I'd like to welcome you personally to the 6th annual AvaSure Symposium. First up, I'm going to cover some housekeeping for the day. Please note that all sessions are being recorded, and they will be available after today. This is day 2, so if you missed day 1, also look for those links. Everything will be recorded, and an email will go out a few days afterwards so that you can listen in on any of the sessions. Next up is questions and answers. Please note we're using a platform that you're logged into that will host Q&A. There's also a lobby area with some things that you can download for other information. Please post your Q&A during each session, and then go ahead and vote on each of the questions and answers. If there are particular questions that you'd like us to prioritize, we will cover questions and answers at the end of each panel presentation. And last up, there will be a survey at the end of the day. So after we get through all of our topics, we'll end around 4 p.m. Eastern Time. A survey will be posted, and we'd like your responses on in terms of how we did, things we could improve on, topics we should cover, so on and so forth. That helps us to provide lots of great information going forward. All right, before we get started with our first presentation, I wanted to just mention a few things. Yesterday, we talked about our Ava Prize, highlighting some best practice examples. We will be offering up a presentation on Ava Prize winners before the end of the year. Normally we do it during the symposium. We've had a lot of content that we wanted to cover, and we want to make sure to put special focus on that. So please stay tuned and look for that. Also, we got a lot of questions in terms of the virtual nature of this symposium. We absolutely want to do this in person. Right now we're looking at an in-person AvaSure Symposium for the middle of next year. And so please stay tuned on that, and we'll send out some more information. And it's wonderful connecting all together in this type of format, but we're also looking forward to getting back together like we have done in the past. All right, next up, I wanted to talk about our panel sessions for the day. So we have 3 different panel discussions. In between those discussions, we're going to have an AvaSure Spotlight moment where we'll interview one or more AvaSure employees. We continue to grow, and we continue to have valuable information and different roles that we network together with all of you and want to do that along the way. But in terms of our panel sessions, we have 3 of them today. One on change management, one on centralized monitoring, and the last one will be a fireside chat with our CEO as well as Jerry Lewis. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the change management. Our first session is called Creating Awareness, Confidence, and Excitement. This is about managing change, and this is about being change agents as part of your AvaSure deployment. We heard yesterday the importance of managing change. Nothing's more important than creating trust and education, working with your teams. We heard from Juliette Aninye from North Texas VA in terms of the success that relied on her ability to manage through some of that change. This is more than just a technology. This is more than just information. This is about people and teams working together. And so part of that change is something that we help with. About 15% of our staff here are nurses. We understand your workflows. We come to understand your environment, and we work with you to share best practices and manage through that change. That is absolutely critical, and that's something that we pride ourselves on. So our first session is going to talk about change management and share some tips and advice from that panel discussion. Next up is centralized monitoring. The topic is optimizing labor across an entire health system. Once again, this is something that we really focus on as an organization. You'll hear a term, camera in every room. We think of that as more than that. We think of that as a patient monitor in every room, a virtual nurse in every room. This is more than just a technology. This is more than just a camera. What we offer is scalability. We call that a hub and spoke model. Actually, someone celebrated a hub anniversary yesterday in terms of their 4-year deployment. But our centralized monitoring, we make key investments in that technology. So for larger organizations and systems that need to scale seamlessly up to 500 devices per server, that streaming is reliable, that our uptime is 99.9 and so on percent uptime and reliable, we've designed to that specific scale. We're going to talk about how we optimize labor across an entire health system with that particular technology and framework. Last up, we'll close with a leadership fireside chat with our own CEO, Adam McMullen, and Jerry Lewis, CIO for U.S. Radiology Specialists. Prior to his role with U.S. Radiology, Jerry most recently served as SVP and CIO at Ascension Health. So they're going to share a fireside chat. They've recently had some good car time to catch up and summarize that for us in terms of where technology plays a role in our future. And so you're going to find a lot of great content in each of these sessions. Again, all the sessions from yesterday are recorded. You'll be able to go and play those back. All right, one more housekeeping session, which is to talk a little bit about our form factors and our product. In yesterday's panel discussions, a lot was talked about in terms of our devices. We've been making big investments in terms of all of our different form factors, and so that everyone is aware, and if there's a slide on this, I can't really tell, but we offer an array of devices and hardware as an organization. Some are one-way and two-way remote and mobile devices. There are ceiling units, and so in yesterday's panel discussion, camera in every room was described as a ceiling unit. The ceiling unit fits into a tile, hardwired, but we also have something which was highlighted yesterday called our Guardian Access device. And our Guardian Access device, I'm going to grab it real quick. That's this device right here. Our Guardian Access device is also designed for camera in every room. This is wall-mounted, hooks via HDMI to a TV in each room, and is very helpful with all modes of communication. If you're used to our devices and seeing some are quite tall, obviously the ceiling unit is designed for the ceiling. This is specifically designed to be fully functional as well. High sensitivity microphones so you can hear patients who might still not be able to vocalize very loud, while having a speaker that is can be very loud depending on what the room environment is, especially for those who might be hard of hearing. So not going to get into all the specifics of this. If you want one of our monthly discussions, we've been rolling out monthly webinars to our customers. This is all available on social media and on our website. One of them covers our different hardware options, and I want to make sure that we got all of that out there. Again, we've got the mobile units, we've got the ceiling units, we've got the Guardian Access devices, and we'll find out more on all of that.